All right, seventh inning stretch here with you again this week. Tuesday we did the walk along. No, we did the All Star. Was it? No, it was a strikeout-a-thon.
Yeah.
Tuesday we did that there, so that was fun talking to you with that about the All Star game and stuff. We're gonna kind of hit on second half predictions, kind of recapping a little bit of the first half and some grades that we have for some teams here along the way. We're kind of like getting to gosh, are we having a lockout? There's some momentum there. What you're hearing from media outside, kind of getting to that a little bit too. And then what's happening with this Cards fans war here? So I got that going on. So I've got to talk that too. We'll go seventh inning stretch. Friday edition. All right, starts now. All right, Logan, I saw that grin. We'll get into that little Cardinals thing here in a little bit. But I also got some fun stuff for Logan along the way. We'll hit on maybe what are some best fit bases. I want to get some announcer thoughts as well with him. So we'll kind of get into some other conversations outside just the game itself here. But all right, so Logan, we talked about the game on Tuesday. We did those fun recap of the Derby All-Star game. NL, be nice to show up. Philadelphia, great job hosted, but your players didn't do so hot for you. When they go 0 for 5 with 4 Ks, and then Sanchez has a terrible first inning there. A guy with a single gets the MVP. Obviously, Tuesday night with Bellinger there. We'll kind of get into that with a little Diamond Notes action. But all right, Logan. So before we get to the second half predictions, necessarily, let's look at just kind of recap our first half here and where we're at as we enter Friday night play here. As we've obviously had some games going already starting tonight. Braves up. Yankees up on the Dodgers, White Sox 5-1, Red Sox holding the lead over the Rays 4-3 after they won earlier today. So baseball is in full swing right now, people. So kind of not – this isn't a trade show necessarily, but where did you see the first half, grade-wise where some teams we don't need to hit on every team maybe, but what were some high grades, surprising grades for you that you would give to some teams? And then we'll kind of just bounce off where you want to start there.
I mean, to me, I was thinking about the Cardinals, and I saw some people were giving them Bs and stuff. And to me, I thought right off the bat, I thought this is an A+ year for them.
Yeah,
they were going in this season thinking they were going to suck, and they haven't sucked. They're 50 wins in, 5 games over 500. They're in the wild card race. They're technically in the Central race, but they're 8 games behind the Brewers. But to me, this is an A+ year. This is leaps and bounds better than what they were expecting. And I mean, I guess that some people would say that it's not necessarily good. Because now they're going to lose out on a first or top pick in the next year's draft. But I'm okay with them. I like how the offense has been. Let's see what else. The Marlins? I think I would give them a B. The last couple of years they've been crap. They really haven't done anything great. And this year, getting rid of Skip Schumacher last year, some of these players are really good. So I'm pretty good. Mets, they get an F because they're stupid. And I hate them. They're so dumb.
Come on. An F? Not an F minus? You're nice.
Okay, fine. An F minus. I forget that you can get an F minus. I'm not a teacher like you are.
I don't even know if an F minus is legal. At that point, it's just an F. At that point, sorry. So you had any other Fs?
I mean, Blue Jays are an F. Red Sox, yeah.
Why? I mean, I get it, but that's wow. All right, it just surprises me a little bit.
Just because they came in, they had so much momentum going into the offseason. They made some really good acquisitions, and then they even have that. Is it Okinawa?
Yeah.
Who's been really good for them. And they just haven't pulled it together. They had so much momentum going into the season, and they've kind of flustered it. The Red Sox, I'm trying to figure out where they are for me.
Can I go back to the Blue Jays real quick though before because I do is just 'cause I don't want to lose my train of thought with it is okay. I kind of want to talk about them just a second here because they're an interesting team in terms of, like you said, they did have great momentum.
Yeah.
And I thought they could build on it, but I was a little hesitant because it was kind of a little out of the blue for them, right? That run to the World Series. And you don't take into fact that like their pitching is kind of worn down because of that. I mean, it feels like it a little bit, And then the biggest X factor, right, is their first baseman has not been playing how he usually is supposed to play. And then I don't think you can underrate just getting rid of Bo Bichette. Like, I get it, he hasn't been great with the Mets, but like he was an identity of that team. Like, whether you want to admit it or not, he was a big part of them getting to the World Series. And so, like, you just remove that and you don't have anybody step up in his place, and you have other guys that have above average years drop down. It just seems like they were kind of expected to also take a fall. So, I don't know. I guess they're hanging in there. They lose today. That's just hard for me. But, like, what do you kind of just – not just the grade, but, like, what is it something else about that team? Like, I don't know. They're just kind of interesting me because they do have talent around the board too.
Yeah, I think their rotation is aging. I mean, Kevin Gossman, he's still good. Has a 105 ERA plus, but a 4.33 ERA. So, but Dylan Cease has been outstanding. But then they have Patrick Corbin has been not from the region, not from the Rangers. Trey Yasevich was not, playoff yet. Trey Yasevich, and then Max Scherzer. Sorry,
there goes.
And Max Scherzer's been crap. So they don't really have a full rotation, which really hurts them. Their offense is,
it's not good this year.
Yeah,
they're clutch. Last year it was super clutch. It was super clutch last year. That was my take on the Blue Jays, and I just think some of those come down to earth.
Yeah, and George Springer has really kind of gone downhill. He took a huge dive this year, so I think it's just a mixture of aging, and they're just not. Their offense and defense or pitching has just gone downhill. So
they're 2.5 back of the wild card. How far do they go in, and how much do they trade at the deadline?
Man, I don't know, because
they're kind of in a weird spot, huh?
Because the Rays and the Yankees are really pushing for that.
Yeah, so they're 11.5 behind the division right now, and right now they're, like I said, they're 2.5 out in the wild card, but there's 5 teams ahead of them.
Yeah, so
it's always a long ways to go, obviously, and they lost. They're going to lose again today. It looks like.
It's always weird to me, like, having to look for a wild card already when it's July.
Yeah.
And so, like, having your hope on the wild card, it's like, but 2.5. There's so many good guys there. Like, it's going to be either the Yankees or the Rays, the White Sox or the Guardians, the Rangers or the Mariners. Maybe the Twins can hold it out, but then Boston is right there. Astros are right there, and then the Orioles. So, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 teams. 8 teams going for that spot, and also the Tigers are right behind them.
Yeah, they're in
with
trouble.
44 wins. So,
and Vladdy's still at 6 homers. He said, but you look at the roster, it's like, who are they really, like, Springer wouldn't bring you back, I would think, a lot. Like, Ernie Clement, you know what I mean? Like, Jimenez, maybe defense. They don't have, Kirk, maybe, I guess, if you decide to go that way. And then on the pitching side, it's not like they're super, loaded right now outside of Cease. And like you said, your Gosman, that's not been as good this year with 4.33. The Savage has been hurt, and the Ed Varland's been good in the bullpen. But, it'd be interesting what they do at the deadline. You mentioned the Red Sox, too.
Yeah. I don't know. I was thinking a D+.
They finished strong to that first half, though.
Yeah, they did. So that's
And they won again today, 10-0. And now they're playing a second doubleheader. Part
yeah,
two, I should say.
yeah. That I think that's why I'm not giving them an F because they were horrible those first couple months, and then they've kind of
Righted
eked
the ship
back
a little
in.
bit. Yeah.
So I'm kind of interested to see like, hey, they got some new life in them.
Yeah.
I don't know what that'll mean because, I mean, like I said, it's gonna be weird if the AL East becomes a huge horse race between the
Man.
five teams.
Yeah. That's what I said. I think one of them's going to drop off. And right now, the Blue Jays have that feeling of the team. And then maybe the Orioles right there. And the Red
Yeah.
Sox are saying, okay, we'll make a little push here. And this is a big thing for the Red Sox because now it looks like they're probably going to hold on to Chapman, I would think, if you finish this strong. Right? Like, why would you give rid of him if you're good? You would need him in close games. You're going to need, if you trade him, they do have Whitlock, but then you're deep. I mean, that's what wins in the postseason. You have two guys that could go 8-9. Yeah, just fill out a little bit more roles there. Pitching maybe can come back. It's been coming together. The offenses seem to figure it out, and you're on a 10-game winning streak, and you're up 1-0 right now. That could possibly be 11 right now. So I don't know. I would just
You forget that Craig Breslow is the general manager, so he
Great
does a lot
Oakland
of odd
A right there.
odd moves.
So
I'm
you're
kind
saying
of
he's going to
curious.
trade Contreras? He's like, going to trade
Yeah. I'm curious if they trade Duran. I'm curious if they're done with the Duran experiment.
I would think they want a player back.
We're right. Yeah.
Not a prospect.
Yeah.
I would think
But
that'd be a weird one if they trade him. Like, who would they actually get? Who would another team trade? Or would they really want prospects for Durant? I mean, I don't know. It seems like you would want to do a straight up player for player deal there.
probably. Yeah, I mean, I think you could still get a lot for Jaron Duran. I think he would get you some good, maybe not top level guys, but some guys that would help you.
Yeah.
For sure. Uh, I'm curious. Like, out of all the teams in the AL East, I almost said the AL least.
They're the beast.
But out of those teams, like, do you see one of them being which one would you bet on being the sellers at the deadline?
It'd be the Orioles.
Yeah, that's who I saw. But
Yeah, the Red Sox, I think, have done enough where, obviously there's still plenty of time left before the deadline. So who knows? Maybe they lose 8 out of their next 10 and they're back in it. But the way they're playing right now, I would think that their GM's like, all right, we're maybe starting to hold on to some of these guys. We're making a move right there. Like they could pass. Like, I mean, come on, the Mariners haven't been good. The Guardians, they could catch these teams. So I would think the Orioles. And if I'm the Blue Jays, I'm thinking, all right, this just might not be our year. Let me see if we can get a couple things for a couple guys, right now. It doesn't have to be your big guys, but you just got to make a move to just get something back. So we'll see. It wouldn't be good for the fan base there, though. They would not like that whatsoever. Out there if they traded anybody big, there with it. Does the Yankees get an A then for you in the East?
no, they get a C.
Okay, the Rays an A.
Yeah, I think they're B minus, B plus.
Okay, not quite.
Yeah, I think there's I don't know. I think there's there's a lot of room for improvement, and the Yankees. I think they are really just relying way too heavy on that offense, and Cam Schlittler is really helping them out. But they need some bullpen help as always, and they need to get a catcher. They need to get shortstop. They need to get a third baseman kind of. But
So the White
The
Sox get.
Rays,
Oh, sorry. Yeah, Rays get an A though.
yeah, they get a B. But I was looking at the Rays. Like the Rays, I think they get like, I mean they have some really solid guys. There's no apart from Caminero, there's really no like help. I would say Yandy Diaz has been really good this year.
Can't cross the plate in an All-Star game. That's what happens. Can't cross the plate.
Yeah. So,
That's it.
but yeah, I kind of feel like they're going to peter out a little bit, but maybe I'm wrong because their on base percentage is not spectacular, and that's never a good thing. Their pitching has really been their big thing. Like their rotation and their bullpen has just been awesome. Nick Martinez, 265 ERA, 326 for Drew Rasmussen,
Yep.
283 for Shane McClanahan. Griffin Jacks recently acquired 347. And then like Brian Baker, 173 ERA. Ian Seymour, 459, 244 for Kevin Kelly. Cole Sulser, 553, and then Garrett Clevenger as a 358. So their pitching has really been, they've been riding on the coattails of the pitching.
And the Rays also have the best record at home. They're back in the Trop, right?
Yeah.
This year after playing last year in the minor league stadium. Maybe that's that's an interesting stadium, right? It's one of those old school ones now, and it just like it doesn't mean it's anything special. It's odd. It's just one of those places that and the team's good and they know how to play there. So 35-15 there. They're under 500 on the road. So
yeah,
the home's made a big difference for them with where they're at. So yeah, it'll be interesting what they do at the deadline too. The AL Central, I don't know. The main team is that the White Sox get an A from you.
I think so. Just because to go from last place last year to first place, and not even just last place.
Yeah,
they were last place they were last place in MLB.
Yeah.
Last year. So I mean, that's pretty good. I
broke the record for most losses, right?
2 years ago, I think.
Yeah. But I mean, they have a history of being really bad.
Yeah. So I mean, you have to give them an A, I think, just because they've turned it around. They're at 50 wins when they were at they probably were happy to get 50 wins all season last year.
We got 45. Let's go.
Yeah.
They're at the so they get an A there with it. I get the Royals would have an F for me. Like I said, they've been a real disappointment for me. Again, we've talked about Tigers a few times. Be interesting what they do. I have them at like a C minus is where I have them. The Twins I have it as a C. Any different thoughts on them? The Tigers you a little harsher on?
Yeah, the Tigers. It's kind of weird because we've talked about it multiple times. Like the year before, they were horrible in the first half, and then the second half they were really good.
Yeah.
So it's kind of weird, like basing the first half or basing my grade on the first half alone. It's like a D also, just because they've really underperformed.
Trade school.
I think they should, but we're not going to have that argument again.
Did you see that guy on the John Boy media where they said who has the guy's like, I think the Tigers have the best chances outside the Yankees to win the World Series. He said that. What was the guy? Jake was like, he's like, what? Are you killing? He's like, I knew it. I knew you were going to say that. I knew you were going to say it. So some people still believe. They still believe.
I would be happy to see them win the World Series, but I don't see it happening.
No.
I don't see them keeping Skubal just because I don't think they want him, and I don't think he wants to stay. I mean, I know he said he doesn't want to get traded, but whatever.
44 and 52, they sit right now. 40.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I mean, Gleyber Torres was really good for him, but he's injured.
Yeah.
He's been injured for a while now. Kevin McGonigal has been outstanding for them. And then Riley Green is Riley Green, but everyone else, I mean, it's it's mediocre and then way below average for their starters.
Let,
Unfortunately, yeah. Go ahead.
let me ask you about a couple other teams here, like just to kind of keep
Yeah.
us keep us moving here. But let me get a few teams where I'm curious that you have. Like, so where would you have the A's? So right now they sit at 41-55. They've had a terrible last month. They've given up 528 runs. Only the Rockies have given up more so far. And obviously, you could say with the ballpark and all that. But what do you make of the A's? They were kind of 500 actually in the head of the division, I think, kind of at the end of May, and then but they have young players.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a weird. But I'm starting to put some heat on Kotze a little bit here in terms of like, what are we doing? Let's go. Like, you can't just say our players are getting better, but our record still sucks all the time. At some point, you want to see a little movement. I know where the weak links are, but I'm curious from your standpoint where you would see them.
I mean,
I'd
give them a C, middle of the road, like
Not
C plus. Yeah, because we knew what this offense was capable of with Shea Langoliers, Nick Kurtz, Jacob Wilson, who's been average, Tyler Soderstrom, and I mean not Lawrence Butler, Brent Rooker. I mean, some of these guys, yeah. Zach Galoff has been really good for them, but he's injured now. So, I mean, they've been plagued with injuries. And then on top of that, something that we've talked about a lot is their pitching is just god-awful. Their lowest ERA is 3.51, and their highest is 6.83.
That's
so
good.
yeah.
Or almost giving up 7 runs a game.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't think that their pitching should. I mean, this offense is really good when it's healthy. When you have all these guys together, and they just called up a third baseman that they're really excited about.
Tommy Wood or something like that. Sounds like he is.
But
now they got young guys. Bolte has shown like the hitting. Like they're just behind in that pitching department, and they have nothing on the back end with the bullpen. And then they have the young stud, right? That's they got in the Padres deal. That's sitting there, kind of ready for the Vegas days. Kind of tearing it up in the minor leagues. Did great at the Futures game. He's kind of sitting there in the background. Kind of like where does he end up being in terms of a great player for the A's? So I had that team just got, and then would the Giants be a C then for you because they were not good last year? They got to be lower, right? And they have they're only a couple games worse than the A's, but they don't seem to have that like young hitting where. But Bryce Eldridge has come on a little bit here, so he seems like they could be somebody they build around there. Schmidt's been better this year. We'll see what they do with Rise, but where would you kind of put them? A D?
Yeah, I mean, it's so to me like the Athletics were really bad last year, but then they came out like guns blazing at the beginning of the season. Yep. And so that's kind of influenced my thought process. But then the Giants, they were terrible last year, but then, I mean, they have all these guys like Rafael Devers, Luis Arias, who's 29 years old. He's not like 108 like a lot of people think he is. Jung-Hoo Lee, who's been really good for them. Bryce Eldridge, who just came on about a month
end of April, but he's been better for the last month.
Yeah, and so I mean, they have some good guys there, and then they even have. I mean, Robbie Ray's been solid. I mean, 338.
Ray was so bad though for 2 months. That was the problem. He was so bad for the first 2 months.
Yeah,
and that it kind of like there at them and their defense wasn't good either. Outside of even the Rises are getting Gold Glove thoughts. Wow, who would thought that? The Padres. What are you doing? What are you doing? Playing that first base movement. Kick Roseworth out of there. What are you doing? They're just a weird team to me.
Yeah, so I'd have to give them a D plus maybe. I mean,
if it was Josh, Buster Posey be getting an F too. Josh is here. He'd be like, well, Yachty gets an A. I don't care where he's at. Posey's getting an F.
Yeah, I can't blame Buster Posey too much though, because
He
like,
hired a college coach.
yeah, I mean, and it's his first year. I'm not really
Do you think people are
trashing
making
on the
that too big of a deal?
that he's a college coach.
It just
Or
seems like you hear that like from what's the guy Rosenthal, like, and other people throughout the year, like, just like he broke kind of a baseball rule, right? This guy had no MLB experience. He's coming into their game, kind of like how NBA will just poach coaches, obviously, from like the college, or NFL does that, and MLB's never really done that before. And then here he comes around, this guy, they're just poaching. So you kind of, or at least the media out here, like the announcers of the Giants, they kind of put it as they felt like people have been looking for stories to get him,
yeah,
get him fired, or just more hating than like being positive
yeah,
about it.
yeah. I mean, I think it might have been the right move to hire him. I
Yeah,
think for Giants fans, it's like you go from Bruce Bochy, who won you 3 championships, who was in the league for decades, and then you turn to this guy who's never played an MLB game, never managed an MLB game. Like,
yep,
what are you doing? So it may seem like the smart move, but it's also like it's not the publicly, it's not the cute move that a lot of guys make. Like Yadier Molina being the manager of the Cardinals. I don't care if they went 40 and 122.
yeah.
They would say, "Oh, Yadier Molina is the greatest manager of all time." So, I mean, because that's the that's the fan,
Yeah.
that's the public viewing of the greatness. So,
Yeah, no, I get you. They've been kind of interesting. Padres, F.
they'd get a D plus,
Yeah,
D
pretty
plus
bad.
also.
Pretty bad, right?
They have so many stars on their team, and it's just not working out. And AJ Preller takes 20 of his best prospects and then trades them away for 2 really good guys. And so I don't know. I don't know what to do with them.
500 exactly right now. They're
Yeah,
losing 1-0 to the Royals right now, as we speak.
if they lose to the Royals, they're F. But no.
1-0, top of the third here. 1-0.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, they I think they definitely need to shake things up. I still think they should trade Tatis. I don't think Machado is able to get traded. If you're able to trade him, great. But I don't see that happening. I mean, with what his contract is like, you're just not going to be able to do it. Tatis is younger. I still believe that those two butt heads, but whatever.
So if you have the Cardinals at an A, like the Pirates are 3 games over 500, and then you have. So would you put them at an A?
Man, I think I would put them at a B, just because I think they had a lot more
room for improvement. I get it.
Yeah, I mean, I think they were really aggressive in the off season with getting Ozuna and a couple other guys. They were about to get Kyle Schwarber, and that didn't happen. But I mean, they got Brandon Lau, which has been a good pickup for them. Connor Griffin, he was going to be, the next big thing, but then he got injured. Brian Reynolds has kind of, he's really rejuvenated his career with a 400 on base percentage. O'Neal Cruz is injured. Ryan O'Hearn, they got Ryan O'Hearn, and he's been really outstanding for them. So, I'd give them a B plus. I think they could have done more. I mean, they got Braxton Ashcraft, who's been good. Paul Skeens has kind of been not great.
No, but he still can give. Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. They, I just Yeah, they've been good with that. And you have to. It's just they're 3 games over 500 at this point. We don't see that from them very often. And
Yeah.
then how about the Cubs? They've been weird.
I don't know what to do with them. I think they're B minus. I think they're just they could have done more. I think that's showing what they did, or I think that's showing on the field now.
I got you.
They're just kind of flip floppy. But I mean, when they're good, they are the best team in baseball. When they're bad,
Yeah,
they are bad. And
but
so,
and they've been so streaky, right? Like you
yeah,
said, like that's kind of been part of it. Be interesting what they do at the deadline. Be interesting what they do.
yeah. I wonder if a shortstop is in their future. I know they really like Dansby, but
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
he's probably the best
I
defensive
don't think they'll move
shortstop
off
in the
of him
league.
though. I don't think they'll move
Yeah,
off of him. I think he just personality wise, they view him important enough to where I don't think they would do that. That's my thought. But mid year, anyways, I don't. That would be surprising if they moved him out of short in that regard. Did the Brewers an A again?
yeah, they're probably an A.
All right,
Probably.
so you got that. How about the last one? It was the Rangers for you. I had because you had them as most disappointing a couple of weeks ago. And now they've got they're still
Yeah.
Where do you have the Rangers at?
I have them at a C.
Okay, I see. All right.
They had a horrible coming out of the gates. They were plagued with injuries, and that was a little rough on them. So
So see,
yeah, I think they're definitely aging with their pitching staff. Nathan Eovaldi is 36 now. Jacob deGrom is 38, which is so weird to think about. Like,
crazy.
he's already old.
I mean, and man, I'll be 42 next week. Can't be good. Yeah, I got.
Oh yeah, I forgot the Rangers got Mackenzie Gore.
Yeah, because they haven't been playing well. They got him from the Nationals, of course. They got him there at it. So as you talk about the Rangers, let's move that kind of into second half predictions. Do you think they win that division though? That division is off. That division is like what my buddy say. It was the NFC, or somebody said the NFC West of. No, not NFC
Oh
West.
yeah, the NFC
NFC South. Yeah, NFC South of it. That's exactly what it was.
I think the Mariners
squeak it out. What are they right
I
now?
think the Mariners could pull through. I don't know if the Rangers are going to be willing to buy at the deadline. And sometimes for teams that are doing well and then their general manager doesn't help them out, that kind of kicks them in the nuts. But I think the Mariners would actually go out and get some people. So I think the Mariners take it, but I think the Rangers still get a wild card spot.
Ooh, all right. So we got two kind of predictions there from you on that one question there. So they're there. All right. So do you think the White Sox then win their division? They're tied with the Guardians right now. Twins are 3 back. Tigers 6.5. So they don't win. As the Guardians take it again?
I like the Twins right now. I've been kind of poo-pooing on them.
I know. I am like shocked right now off of
I don't know why. I just stared at my screen and I was like just stuck on the Twins and I was like, I can't believe I'm about to say this.
You were hating on them. In Buxton. You don't trust them. I can't believe it.
Yeah.
Don't do it, Logan. Stay with your instincts. Don't
I for some reason I like the Twins right now. They have something going for them. And I think the White Sox will peter out a little bit. I don't know if I trust the Guardians to just run away with it. And I think the Twins are going to make it interesting in a 2-dog race between the Guardians and themselves. So I don't think the Tigers can do that. I don't think the Tigers can come back and from a 6.5 game deficit and fighting the Guardians and the Twins off.
I mean, it's hard with the Guardians. Like let's say you get Ramirez back, and September, late August. You're
Yeah.
still hanging in there. You got all right. Now we instantly have the best player in the division, probably on our team. So it's hard for me not to take them to finish it out. I'm gonna just say that I think the White Sox get in this year. I think there's a randomness to their year. Let's see if they can keep playing well. Their offense is only getting better, game in and game out. The pitching has been surprising, and that division is not. Like you said, the Twins hold the biggest piece. I've always said that. Like if they trade, they could trade some good guys.
Yeah.
But so let's see where they go. They have guys with injuries there, so I would take the White Sox on that list. How about Rays or Yankees? Who's winning that one? That you're predicting who's winning that East? Unless you maybe have another surprise, the Red Sox don't ever lose again.
Yeah, I think the Yankees pull it out. I don't think I'm being a homer on that one. I just don't like the Rays offense. I don't think they're going to go out and trade a bunch of guys that will help them because it's just not in their nature.
Yeah.
Their pitching is really good, and if they get into the playoffs, they're going to be in a good shape. But I think the Yankees are
Yankees have turned it back around. They've won 4 a little bit after that awful stretch where they lose 9-10 in a row there. Basically, they were awful there. So I think they'll find their groove again, like you said. Cubs have any chance to beat the Brewers?
I think so.
Or could the Cardinals 8.5 outs? Did they get it?
No, they can't. They won't.
Okay, so Cubs could have a chance.
They could have a chance. I don't know if they do have a chance, or I don't know if they will, but I think they do have a chance. I'd say 20%.
It'd be interesting. The Brewers are a mentally tough team right now, so they're gonna have their work cut out for them. There's some we'll see what they do in their next head-to-head matchup. That will be huge. Next time they square off. Brewers right now playing the Marlins, and the Cubs are down 4-1 to the Twins here in the top of the third inning. We'll call them Logan's Twins now. We'll call it. They're at 4-3 there. So in the West, we got the Dodgers. Are you sure that you got the Dodgers? Yeah. No, are you sure, Logan? Yeah.
No, I think the Giants come back and
the Rockies
106 games. Yeah,
my son is happy. They won. The Rockies have done it. So there you go with it. Wild card teams in the NL. Who are the 3 wild card teams?
Oh man, I'm surprised
stuck.
you didn't ask me about the NL East yet. Because I think.
Well, yeah. Answer that first, then you can answer your wild card.
Okay, I think the Phillies.
Yeah, when you gotta so Phillies win the East. You got the Brewers still winning the Central, and obviously the Dodgers. Though you think it could be competitive between the Cubs and Brewers.
Yeah.
Who do you? So you have the Cubs making a wild card. I'm assuming at that point.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the Cubs, Braves.
It's that Marlins one.
I think the Diamondbacks.
I mean, they're right there. That was gotta be right there.
I can't fully believe in the Marlins. I can't fully believe in the Cardinals because they're not going to do anything.
Pirates?
I'm not sure if I believe in the Pirates to do anything. And so Diamondbacks are the likely choice.
Interesting. All right. I like that. That's a bold prediction there, sir. I like that. I go Cubs getting in. I have the Braves getting in, and then I have the Cardinals getting in. So those are the 3 teams I have getting into the dance this year. The Cardinals could be the Reds, and they could be the first team out. Last year, they could be they go welcome and hello and goodbye. But come on, we got to get a little vibe. I think the Cardinals, they're playing well. I mean, if I was to pick you or the Pirates, that's who I'm going over right there. And the D-backs,
yeah,
I don't know. The D-backs are, I don't kind of how they're on a little bit of an up. I'm still expecting a little down from them at some point too. So, and then the Padres, we both said no, you're out. We said they're out of it. So we'll go there with it.
If the
You know,
Cardinals pitching was a little bit better, I would be a lot more high on them going
than
to
you
the
are.
playoffs, but I'm not. So
That's fair. I mean, I think that's. I mean, obviously, pitching is going to be just a little bit of a part of them making a run here. So, that's obviously just going to be what happens at that part of the. What do you got? Let's go to the AL side of it. What do we have with the AL or the AL? When you said the wild card teams, you had the Twins again, right? Winning the division and the AL Central,
yeah.
right? You had the Yankees winning the East, and you had the Rangers winning the West, or the Mariners winning the West,
Mariners.
with the Rangers still getting it as a wild card. I'm
Yeah.
assuming then you would have the Rays in as a wild card.
Yeah, I'd have the Rays and the Rangers as a wild card, and then
That's where it gets tough too. Guardians.
I think I would put the Guardians above the White Sox.
And the Red Sox right now.
I would. I think I would do Yankees, Guardians, and Rangers.
The Red Sox do seem to have that momentum right now. We'll see what happens here. We'll see what happens. See how they can blow it.
Yeah. I just don't.
Yeah.
Craig Breslow, he works in mysterious ways. So
would the Cardinals ever trade Herrera?
No.
I saw him come up on a few of my.
I think they like him at DH right now. I think they're trying to still make him a left fielder. They really like that Jimmy Crooks as a catcher. So hopefully they could get rid of Pedro Pajes.
Yeah.
Who's just horrible. But he calls a good game, man. No, he doesn't. Shut up. Game. He can, But go ahead.
No, he called it great. The games I was looking forward to this weekend were Pirates at Guardians, Rays, Red Sox, Rangers, Braves, and of course Dodgers, Yankees. I was looking forward to as well. Yankees up 1-0 on the Dodgers. Braves 8-0 on the Rangers right now. They've been one hit, so obviously the Rangers not doing very good to start out the second half. So not a great start there whatsoever. Pirates Guardians ends up getting postponed. Kind of an interesting series too is that Cardinals D-back series, obviously with some wild card implications too. So I'll be watching that one tonight a little bit as well. Kind of see where they go too, and we'll see what the between the Twins and Cubs. That one also was a little interesting to me too. A little central, just kind of an interesting central matchup there. So kind of keeping my eye on those games a little bit this weekend. Did I not maybe mention one or any one of those stand out to you a little bit?
Did you mention Red Sox and Rays?
Nope. That's good.
No, I that's kind of going to be interesting. I think that would be kind of a prove it thing for the Red Sox. White Sox and Blue Jays. Oh, it's on Apple TV, so I wouldn't want to watch it even if I could. So, that's kind of a big series, I think, for both of them, just to see where they're at. Twins and Cubs, I think, is kind of the same.
Yeah.
And so, it's interesting. Braves, maybe this is their turnaround. They've been kind of horrible the last couple of weeks.
So bad.
And so maybe this is their turnaround.
Getting healthy versus the Rangers. I like it. Getting healthy versus the Rangers. Hey, before I get into diamond notes here, I don't want to be negative Nelly here because I don't want to go. We'll deep dive into this many times more we talk, but it is a little frustrating to hear once again the union and the players union are not on terms. This is not a shocking thing. Nobody here's going, oh, I can't believe they're out at dinner, just not enjoying a wonderful evening together. Like it's not that, but it does seem like they're really far apart. I guess I'll pose the question to you like this because we're going to have many discussions about this as the year goes on. But so I just want to keep it simple with this one. Who has more pressure, the owners or the players?
I think the owners do because they're the ones who everyone knows what they like, what the holdup is in the negotiations. It's the trade cap or the salary cap. And also the owners are the ones who are going to have to, if there's a lockout, which we really hope doesn't happen, they're the ones who are going to be suffering uh, with financially because of that. And so, I mean, I think they have a lot of pressure because they're still making a lot of money. Make no mistake, and I think they really need to. I think they both need to understand that. I mean, I think there's a lot of pressure on the players too, but I think it's just a bit more on the owners, honestly.
Yeah, I think you're right in terms of it's a bad look, but I always think kind of as maybe it's just as I've gotten older, I realize like the owners are just they make they're billionaires, the players are millionaires.
Yeah.
And like at the end of the day, they have more money. They can kind of wait longer if they choose to in a lot of these situations. And it's for every Bryce Harper, for every Willie Adobis, or every big contract, you have these guys in Double A and Triple A and Single A that are the ones that are really suffering.
Yeah.
And and even the guys that are, you could say, still making $1 million in big leagues a lot. I'm not saying that, but like they're getting taken out of an opportunity that for them to even make more money, and they might not be on board with this. And so like the MLB union's always been really tough.
Yeah.
And so I think the owners are just kind of at this point where they're like, everybody in America knows they have the best union, and they've gotten away with quite a bit. When I say gotten away, I mean better contracts than any other professional athlete, any other sport. And you could argue they play 162 games, and I get that. But, man, for how deep baseball goes in terms of farm systems and all that, I think the players have a lot to lose, though, too, because the fans are going to get pissed just as pissed at them, aren't they?
Yeah, I think especially if there's a lockout, then this whole situation, I mean, both sides are going to get
Both going to get killed,
crucified. Yeah. But to me, I and maybe I'm just too close to it. Like I can't necessarily see myself as a casual fan right now, like thinking who would be in the wrong here.
Yeah, I hear. There's a long ways to play out too, to be fair.
Yeah. Yeah. And so I think the players have a justifiable grievance towards wanting a salary cap, but I think like I said, I think they both have in their minds what a lockout would look like because of what happened in 94. And I was thinking this the other day, like there's no King Griffey Juniors here.
Yeah.
There's no Mark McGuire, Sammy Sosa, Barry Bonds who can kind of, I don't want to say save baseball because I don't think it'll necessarily die like it almost did in 94, but there's a lot of, there's not some one spectacular player like
Aaron Judge isn't saving baseball.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think that Shohei Ohtani is going to be the only saving grace that can. So I think that's, as far as pressure on the player side, I think that's where the pressure is like, who's going to be that one guy who is just charismatic and fun and like is not going to be like a Mike Trout who just kind of stays in his own lane and is so quiet. Like
there was records to be broken in the 90s. There aren't records to be broken right now.
Yeah.
The way baseball's played, it's like you had the Cal Ripken thing right after. You had the McGuire and Sosa thing kind of build up to 98, but there was 50. There was more there.
Yeah.
I mean, what are you going to do? Strike out more guys? They don't even let guys throw no hitters now. Like, so there. What is it? So I just think the pressure is on the players right now. I don't necessarily think the players are wrong in some of their stuff, but I think the pressure does hit them more. I mean, like you said, if you're not, and when you don't want to get paid, that's pressure. Like, yes, these guys are in a better shape than me and you, but the idea of like, still, you're not getting paid. You know what I mean? You're not a lot, or at least the average Joe, even in baseball, is not getting paid. right? Like, and you got to think the minor leaguer guys a little bit here.
Yeah. And there should be a lot more pressure on the players because, whether it's right or wrong, but they're going to be the face of the strike no matter what, or the lockout.
Oh yeah.
And so they're the ones that fans are going to come to see. Like the owners, they're kind of okay because they're not
They
having
always
to.
suck.
Yeah, they always sucked, and they get to hide behind their walls and stuff, and they don't have to make public appearances.
Billions versus millions. That's kind of the way it's kind of always been broken down to me. That's the way my dad cynicalness says it to me over the years. Billions versus millions. Said that there's just no chance usually. Now you can chip away at it, but there's the reality is they're going to always hold a little bit of a driver's seat there too. All right, let me kind of get into diamond notes here with a few things. I got a couple things that came across to me that I got an email about things. Was all right. Lindor trade rumors.
Yeah,
a lot of people saying very unlikely. That would obviously make a big thing, and then can the Blue Jays, they have a triple crown, or not the Blue Jays, the Brewers have a triple crown at the break with Aaron Ashby with 12 wins, Mizorowski with strikeouts and ERA along the way there too. And then you had the schedule kind of released, no international games because of possible lockout that they had there too, that they made sure intentionally not to have any international games. Again, March 24th. I mean, what are we going to be starting here by like February at some point? Like, what are we doing? March 24th is our opening day, Logan. So that comes out as well this week. Netflix again. We'll get the first game. The All-Star game is supposed to be at Wrigley Field this year too. So, just got a few little notes from opening day there that we got there with it. Netflix again. They got terrible ratings apparently on their home run derby. I was talking to Josh Lewis a little bit about it today, and he's like, they just got to put it on an average network and those ratings will triple. He was like, nobody wants to pay for all these streaming services, and that's part of it too. So, but I guess in my mind, I thought like, well, most people have Netflix, but I guess, I don't know.
I don't know if they broadcasted it well enough to show people that like it was on Netflix, and people probably turned it off as soon as they heard Will Ferrell's stupid voice. So, and
bars don't put Netflix on, like, you know what I mean? Like places that you would watch games, like they're not going to have it on. Like a lot of these places aren't going to have Netflix, are they? So or at least your average.
I mean, they may now because of UFC and boxing matches now, but it may not be a consistent thing.
It just seems like something people wouldn't really think about either. It's like, oh, let me put it on Netflix for MLB All-Star Home Run Derby. So those are a few of my kind of diamond notes there a little bit. I don't know. Anything stand out to you there?
Oh, I thought one of your diamond notes was going to be that whole Cardinals thing.
Well, I have that too. That's coming next here in a second.
Okay.
Here. That's coming here. Okay. Before I got so dramatic and totally off the rails, I just wanted to finish up with some real baseball.
Yeah.
Lindor, yes or no?
Everyone says it's very unlikely, and his agent said that he's not willing to waive his no trade clause. I'm kind of inclined to believe it, but I think if I think that if the right trade came along, then yeah. But I'm not sure entirely if the right trade will come along, honestly. Just because, I mean, who wants Francisco Lindor?
Padres trade Mason Miller.
Yeah. I think that's highly possible. I think the Yankees and the Padres have a good rapport, and I think the Yankees would be really eager to sign him.
Yeah, so some interesting stuff there. So the Lindor thing shapes out here too. All right, as Logan said, let's get into this Cardinals thing. Let's start with this. I forget the guy's name. Brandon, I think his name is on Barstool. He's been around. Usually, I've known him from college football when I've listened, but apparently, he had some Midwest thoughts on the Cardinals. Logan texted it to me. Adam Wainwright reacts as well. But here's the original thoughts here. Let's see if you guys can hear it here on the podcast.
The Cardinals.
Talking about the Cardinals.
Because Cardinals fans,
Cardinals,
I've always hated the Cardinals. You know why I hate the Cardinals?
What was it? It was the Cardinals fan base.
Cardinals
right?
fans
So
are full
what
of
that was
shit.
about.
That's right.
They
Dang, I
want
don't
you to
why the audio's
know
not
they're
working
the best
for me.
fans in
That's not
baseball.
gonna work
If
for
you
me.
have to tell people you're the
Let me
best
see if I
fans
can
in the
find a
sport, you're
better
not
one.
the best fans in.
Here with them, I'm not sure why that's not working, but the basically, and before I get it up there, basically what he was talking about was that the Cardinals have the worst fan base, right? They're kind of like pretentious, and
Yeah.
you sent it to me, you texted me, and you're like, yeah, I kind of agree. Like, why did you say you agree in a sense with it? What he said. Let me see if I can find a better version here.
Because he's been saying the same thing I've been saying for years now. Yeah, Cardinals fans are pretentious. They, 20, 30 years ago, I would have said, yeah, they're the best fans of baseball, no doubt about it. And then now it's kind of like this fan base has inherited the crown, and so they don't really do anything to, keep up the best fan base in baseball. And so, I think that they're just so dumb. I love them, but they're dumb. And there's a lot of pretentiousness in there. It's like, we're Cardinals fans. We don't say quit. And it's like, you guys are like, last year they were horrible, or 2023 they were horrible, and they wanted to act like there's still a chance that they could win the World Series. This is exactly like 2011. Let me tell you something. I know I've said this before on this podcast, but the Cardinals fan base has killed my love for the 2011 World Series, because for nonstop for 12, let's see, it's been 15 years now, nonstop, I've heard nothing but, this is exactly how it was in 2011. And guess how that ended? And then they wanted to act like every year was 2011 or 2006.
Like
And
this special year.
It's just the worst. And it's like, we have to.
Yeah, it means everything. I think my dad and brothers are probably more excited about
Sorry,
this than
there's
I
some
am.
sound on there.
Having that,
I got it.
I'm
I got
just
it on there
excited,
now.
It's been a long season, long half a year.
Here's
So
what
here's
he
see
said
that,
about
spend
it.
some time with them, and just.
Cardinals. You know why I hate the Cardinals?
Dude, I don't know what it's going.
Cardinals fans are full of shit.
I don't know why.
They want you to know they're the
hear
best
it?
fans in
Okay, that's all that
baseball.
matters on
If
my
you
side.
have to tell people you're the best fans in
that
the
you
sport,
can
you're
hear
not
it.
the best fans in the sport.
That's exactly right.
And I've always hated that. And
So he
the
says they
Cardinals,
don't have a top 5 stadium.
boring.
as well.
Stadium boring.
He goes into that with it. What did you think with that?
Yeah, the first comment he made, I found accurate, so I was okay with it. I find Cardinal fans pretentious. I love them to death.
Yeah,
I love them, but it's like it's that Family Guy meme where it's like MLB says, all the MLB fan bases say, you just think you're better than me. And then the Cardinals fans are wearing the tux and everything.
Gotcha.
And so it's just so dumb. They just expect you to kiss their ground or their feet.
They love their team though.
They do love their
Tarps
team.
Tarps off.
Yeah, and that's what I've loved about the Cardinals this year is like it's no longer that whole we do baseball the right way. And it's like, no, we don't. The Cardinals do, and they haven't done baseball the right way in 10 years now. Now, the second comment that this guy made pissed me off because he started talking trash about Busch Stadium and how Busch Stadium is he said in the first comment that Busch Stadium is not a top 5 sports town, but then he started talking about the arch being the armpit or something, and it's a horrible backdrop. I hate the arch. The arch is stupid. Let me tell you something about the arch. The arch is the gateway to the West, first of all. Thank you very much, sir. Second of all, it's an architectural miracle. It's beautiful. Lewis and Clark sailed down the Mississippi River, which is by Busch Stadium, by the way. Thank you very much, sir. Oh my gosh, that greaser. Anyways, so
that pissed you off more than The accuracy of that. I gotcha.
Yeah. And I mean, I will say I was a little pissed off that he was saying it because he wasn't a Cardinal fan. Like,
No.
he's not allowed to say it because he's not a Cardinal fan.
No.
But I just, and I'm glad that he said it's a top 5 franchise in all of sports. I appreciate that. And yes, he's kind of right about the fans, but don't say it. You're not one of us. You don't get to say it. It has to come from within the family.
Has to come within you. It's just funny how Cardinals fans reacted. Then you had Adam Wainwright come out and he went to work today on him, kind of giving his thoughts on it. So Adam tried to stay in the news there. So I thought that was kind of funny how. So is there a best fan base? Is it just whoever team you love? Like as you as an outsider, are you like I appreciate that fan base? Baseball's a different type of one, you know what I mean? Like I've kind of always I do not like this franchise, but I've always kind of tended to go Red Sox a little bit. That's as a kid growing up, I was a little bit there. I went. It's hard for me to swallow the Yankee, but when I'm watching the A's play a game there, there's something I do appreciate the hardcoreness. I would lean Red Sox. I don't know if that's right or not. I don't know.
I've always respected the Cubs fans. No matter what. Yeah. It's like they sucked for most of my childhood, and it seemed like every game they had a full house.
Yeah.
It didn't matter if it was like in the middle of the day. I mean, they were all drunk because that's all that Cubs fans know what to do at a baseball game.
Give me another Budweiser.
Yeah, drinking our Budweiser, first of all.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that greasehead, never mind. I'm fine. He drinks Budweiser, I'm sure, and he's no longer allowed. But I think the Braves are also a top fan base.
Yeah.
You
think so? They sometimes won't even sell out playoff games.
That is true. Maybe not. It just seems like
they have good GM. They have a good. I don't know if I give them a break. I mean, I hear what you're saying. They have a national fan base.
Yeah.
So maybe that's
and I think maybe it's just because of those '90s kids.
Yeah.
Who grew up. Yeah. The TBS boys, and I think that's kind of a lot more global. That's why. Yankees fans, I can't give them the best fans in baseball just because while they do know, they know the Yankees top to bottom, they will be able to tell you the Yankees lineup from 1920. It's more of it's not hard for them to be Yankees fans. I think you have to go through a struggle in order to be one of the best fan bases. That's why the Cubs are so high.
I'll always respect my Oakland A's fans that were there too. That with me on those. Like I said, go to that last game. Like I said, we had a lot of trials.
all 30 of you guys who showed up to the games.
You son of a gun.
I think one of those games, 2 of you guys were preoccupied in the upper deck at one of those Oakland games.
We've always been preoccupied with it.
Remember the girlfriend? Okay.
Yes, yeah, there was the infamous what's the song? Low, 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 I guess is what I'm saying. But no, I hear you. Every fan base kind of thinks their fan base is kind of the best, though, in some ways too. Let's not lie. That's what most people think, but how they I kind of want to dive deep a little bit next time we do a show together about best announcers, but I want to kind of set the table because I kind of want to spend a little bit more time on it than I think we will now. But just listening to a guy like John Miller, who I know we both will talk about more, or other guys like that. I have a flashback to somebody today that's an old timer. It is funny listening to games when you have somebody that's really special at not just telling you the game, but it feels like they're telling you something important that they make it seem important when even it's not important. That to me is like a definition of a good baseball announcer, because part of the time you're a storyteller, even with the pitch clock now, even after the game and breaking down just little things, how they lead into segments. So I kind of want to get into that a little bit more, and I'll just kind of leave it at this, and then you can kind of make your point on it. Is when we do it, it's not just going to be like national announcers because we have that. It could be radio, it could be homegrown, it could be TV, and that like there's certain guys that you just want to listen to tell a story and tell baseball. How important do you think the announcer is to baseball?
Oh wow. I mean, with how big it is digitally now, or not digitally, but like broadcast wise, I mean, yeah, it is pretty important. I think it would be hard for me to watch a lot of games if it was just. I mean, I think I would love it. Some games just being like just the game itself, but having some of the broadcasters where I can do some work and listen to the announcers making any announcements. I think it's very important today. I think they point out a lot of things going around in the league, things that you wouldn't necessarily notice, insights that you wouldn't know off the top of your head.
No doubt.
Conversations they've had with players, things that they remind you of, because a lot of those guys have been in the game 20, 30 years already. Like Chip Carey before he was, broadcaster, he sat with his grandpa, Harry Carey, and watched him do broadcasts. So he would have stories about his grandpa. And then he grew up in the game and in the broadcast booth. So some of those guys, and John Miller, he's been in the game for 80 years, it seems like. And he just knows every story whatsoever. So
it's awesome. It's a big part of it, especially listening to the radio ones, only because, the TV guys are still good, but there's just a different, the different type of rhythm to the story. We can't see anything, so they have to really keep us updated on like, how's the wind blowing? And like, oh, they got this thing going on over here. So they have to kind of really tell a story differently, obviously, than the TV guys, because we're watching something with our own eyes. But I kind of want to get into that a little bit more next time we do a show, because I've been kind of making a list of my guys and what it means to me, the importance of these guys and how they tell a story with it. So I kind of want to just get more thoughts on that. But I know you appreciate a good announcer in that regard.
Yeah, I can imagine, like, I didn't really listen to him growing up, but Bob Uecker, when the Brewers were sucking, I'm sure it was hard to turn off the game because, Bob Uecker would probably.
He was just on the radio till like a couple of years ago. I would listen to him just for that once in a while.
Yeah. And so he would just even if the game was bad, he would just kind of forget the game and just do a major league thing and just go like, oh, I'm going to tell you about how I hit 170 and won the MVP in 1964 or something. I got a World Series ring, so that's all that matters.
I was one bunt away from a Hall of Fame. Dodgers up 2-1 here, real quick, just to give you an update. How they take the lead. They take the lead there on the Muncy home run, who's been good for the Dodgers here. Cole did look strong, 6 innings, but does give up the home run to Muncy there. So the Dodgers end up taking the lead over the Yankees here. Red Sox still hold the lead. They're trying to get 2 on the Tampa Bay Rays tonight. White Sox 8-4 over the Blue Jays. Brewers, of course, tie it up at 1. And they got the Astros, Orioles just getting underway. Orioles up 2-1, and the Reds up 1-0 over the Rockies right now as we sit to start the second half right tonight. All right. So my trivia for you tonight. My trivia is kind of it's not a player one. It's kind of an MVP thing with you. And I was thinking the year again.
Crap.
But I was thinking the year to you because this brought up some names that 2016 NL MVP.
Oh crap.
Can you name who that can you get if you get the top 5 guys in here, especially in order I'd be. It's there's good players, no doubt about it. Players there's not that, but it's just a weird top 5 list. When I was looking through them the last couple of weeks, I was like, this year might be the oddest in terms of the guy who ends up winning the MVP is Obviously, he's not going to be a Hall of Famer. Let's put it that way. But it's a good year towards that. So, did you have any guess in 2016? Think about who won, and then that probably gives you a little clue.
2016.
Who broke the curse?
Chris Bryant didn't win that.
He did with the
I
NL.
always get him mixed up with 17. Or his MVP was
121 runs, 39 homers, 102 RBIs. He batted 292. He had the best WAR in the NL. He ends up winning the MVP that year. Any idea who would have second? This guy led the league in slugging percentage and on base percentage. He ended up with 25 homers, 104 RBIs, 88 runs, and he batted 347. He finished second in the MVP voting. He got one first place vote. Bryant got all the other votes.
Am I doing top 5, you said?
Yeah, but this guy's number 2. And so I just gave you that clue. Who did you think's there?
Oh, man.
He batted left-handed.
Oh!
Can you get it?
Daniel
Danielson. Daniel Murphy.
Murphy. Oh, okay. Murphy, yes.
Yeah,
yes,
so he ends up second there with it. Third.
I don't know how I knew that Daniel Murphy one. I think I just watched a
They were good that year.
Oh, you know what? It was on the Chase Utley thing.
Oh, the slide.
Yeah, the slide. I think they anyways. Corey Seager had to be on there, right?
Third. Well done.
Was he really?
For the Dodgers that year. Let's see where he ended up batting 308, Logan. 347 though for Murphy. That's a damn high average, right? That's good. Who would get fourth that year? Do you have any guess? He was a teammate of the MVP.
Was DJ LeMahieu still on the?
No, it's not DJ. But he wasn't, like I said, teammate of Chris Bryant.
Rizzo.
Rizzo. Can you get fifth? This guy, he led the league in home runs and RBIs this year in 2016.
It wasn't Addison Russell, was it?
No, thank God he did not lead the league in home runs. That was not Addison and RBIs, 2016.
Oh.
He's still playing today, playing out in the NL West.
Still playing today.
And he was in the NL West, actually, when he got fifth in MVP.
He's still in the – okay. Oh, man. I was going to say Freeman, but because that's
Freeman got sixth. That's sixth. He was right there. This guy was once part of the greatest fan base in America. This guy.
Oh, Arenado?
Arenado. He led the Rockies in the
Really?
Yeah. So he ends up with 41 dingers, 133 RBIs that year. Gene Segura led the league in hits, 203 that year.
Wow.
You remember that? You remember that name out there?
Yeah.
DJ LeMahieu did beat out Murphy for the best average. He batted 348, and Murphy batted 347 that year. So he did. So you were kind of on the right track in terms of that's what it was. Scherzer was number 10. He was the only pitcher that was in the top 10. He had 20 wins that year for the Nationals there too. So
he was so good in 2016.
Kind of some random names. Like you said, Addison Russell was there. Wilson Ramos, Familia was in the MVP voting that year. Who were some other random names? Grandal for the Dodgers was there. Kyle Hendricks was in the top 25 voting. So, I mean, it's just funny, the MVP voting, how deep it goes. And like, against the guys, you're like, oh, they had good years like that. So you have that with it. So just kind of a fun looking back at that. AL MVP, Trout won it that year. As no shock. Betts, Altuve, Donaldson, Machado finished in the top 5 that year. From the most random name out of this list that made the MVP, 2 names that stand out to me. Brian Dozier and Adam Eaton somehow finished in the top 20 of MVP voting in the AL. So Adam Eaton, wow, unbelievable. He finishes in the top 20 of MVP voting. He was of the White Sox that year. He finishes there. So there's your little stat there. All right, throwback. I think this is gonna work. I don't think I got the video wrong. Like I said, old timer calling the shot here. Hopefully it works for me. I remember like Baseball Tonight watching this thing, and I was like, what they kept Baseball Tonight, they used to do this like like update thing that would come at the bottom, and so this one always stood out to me, how they were able to kind of keep this one. It just was funny to watch on live TV. Baseball Tonight, like, all right, this is happening, and so hang with me with it. Hopefully my audio works with it. There we go. Ninth inning.
And a drive to
9 to
center.
5
Going back
Padres.
is Cameron to the track at the wall. And gone.
9-6 Dodgers.
So Jeff Kent comes up with a home run, leading off the ninth. His 4th hit of the game. And another drive to deep right center, and that is gone. Whoa, was that hit? So now it is 9-7 years ago. Drive into left center by Martin. That ball is carrying into the seats. 3 straight home runs.
That Carl
And
Weathers?
another drive into high right center. At the wall, running and watching it go out. Believe it or not. 4 consecutive home runs, and the Dodgers have tied it up again. And a high fly ball to left field. It is away out and gone. The Dodgers win it 11-10. Oh, unbelievable.
Any chance I can get Vin on there just to kind of finish us out? We haven't had him on there. 9-5, you hit 4 straight overs to lead off the 9th inning, and then Nomar hits a home run to win 11-10. To me, that's just one of the craziest endings. And I was saying before you kind of came back, I was like, I remember watching that on Baseball Night. It was like, update, E, update, D, update. It was like unbelievable game finisher there with it. So kind of an all-timer. I don't think you're going to see that one very often, folks. 4 home runs in a row to tie up a game 9-5. Had you seen video of that one before?
Yeah, I have. It's been a while, but yeah.
That one's nuts to me. Like,
That was a big one.
Just to be able to get 4 home runs to tie it up. That's the thing about baseball. There's always some weird things you don't see all the time in random spots. So, all right. So second half here. What game are you kind of tuning into right now? You got Cardinals, Diamondbacks on. What's the game you kind of finishing out? Dodgers, Yankees.
Yeah, I'm watching Dodgers Yankees, hoping they can turn it around a little bit, but maybe not. Probably not.
Where's our MVP? Step up. MVP.
Yeah, our all-star MVP, Cody Bellinger.
After one inning after one. Did you like the Sandlot bike thing, by the way? Did you like?
No, I thought that was so stupid.
A lot of old timers hating on that. So that's not a top 10 movie. I can't believe. Are you in that same boat?
Top 10 baseball movie? Yes.
Yeah, all right.
I don't think there are 10 good baseball movies, but
you like Moneyball, number 1?
Yeah. Yeah, Moneyball's up there, Major League, Field of Dreams. Yeah.
I watched Field of Dreams. We were talking about it, so it came on.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, I'm watching it. Wife did move to the other room, but it was still a good movie. I enjoyed it very much.
Did you cry? Did you cry at the end?
There's little tear there.
Yeah.
That little tear there.
It's okay.
It's all right. I like it.
It's the only movie that men are allowed to cry at.
Hey, kid. Hey, rookie. You were good. Yeah.
Oh,
don't do it to me, Logan. Don't do it to me. All right. So second half fully next time we talk.
it was you.
It was
No,
you.
Ray. It was you. Sorry.
How many cars be coming out when they're just playing catch? I mean, what's going on? No, we're not going to talk about this. We're not going to talk about those details. I always like those Red Sox are playing the A's in that movie. That was a movie I do want to watch. Though you were talking Little Big League. I haven't seen that one, and gosh, got to be a decade. I got to see that one again.
I love that movie.
That's
I
a
have
good
to
one.
watch that. I think I have to watch that once or twice a year, probably. I love that movie.
My son was watching a little bit of Angels in the Outfield. It's kind of cheesy, a little bit Angels in the Outfield, obviously, but like that. It's got it's more nostalgic, but man, I watch it as an adult. You're like, oh man, it's tough. When are we gonna be a family again, Dad? From where I'm sitting, when the Angels win the pennant. I'm like, that's the Oakland Coliseum right there. That's what you're looking at. That's not even.
You know what's
that was not even
you know what's funny about that movie is Angels in the Outfield is I watched that movie as a kid probably once, and I thought, oh, it was good. Didn't think anything of it. And then I was about to watch it again, and then Albert Pujols signed with the Angels, and I thought, I'm never watching this movie again. This movie sucks.
Boy,
Screw the Angels. I don't care.
I'm boycotting this for the rest of my life right now. I will not be watching this movie one bit. That's hilarious. All right, well, your Cardinals got a little bit on the line tonight versus the D-backs. Little wild card implications to start out the second half. So we'll see how they against an old friend out there, Mr. Arenado. We'll see how they do. Jordan Walker, can he put on the show again with the home run derby?
I hope he hits a home run tonight just to shut everyone up about the home run derby screwing up
his
players.
Yeah. Come on. I'm actually rooting for Jordan. 24. Let's see if he gets something down here. So, all right, Logan. Fun as always talking baseball with you. We'll do it again next week with it, my friend. Second half underway for Logan Stone. I'm Darren Breyer. We'll see you guys next time on 7th Stretch. Peace.